come to the hopefully lick, all right?
Fair use, fair use, fair use.
That money for 3 months.
50 Cent's son, Marquise, recently came out and said that $6,700 a month is not enough money.
I want you to stop that money for 3 months and then come back to him and see what he said.
Well, he's 25 now.
You know, is he still getting 6,700?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Tell him he need to talk about that with his mom. Yeah, tell him he need to talk with him. Tell him he need to talk about that with his mom. He need to get out like 6,700 is a whole lot of money, especially if you got a. Yeah, if you walk around with it between your legs and you get $6,700 a month, boy, you can't live like Rob Kardashian. Something wrong with you.
Yeah, he got a lot of backlash for that too, man. Cause I mean, 60
another
that's 80 grand a year.
Another stupid one of them stupid the rapper kids. You see him on this the entitlement. This motherfucker say $6,700 ain't shit. Well, that's because his mama been thinking had that money. Probably you know how that child for money out of kids thinking they did this shit. They let's go. They got that. And they be thinking that they might have been getting more than that. That's what you know the problem with it. Yeah, I don't listen to rap.
Yeah, you know they got a real crazy relationship because 50 Cent's son took a picture with a dude who I think tried to kill 50 Cent before, or they had a real bad beef going on. And 50 Cent's son Marquise took a picture with 50 Cent's enemy. And ever since then, 50 Cent couldn't get over it.
Yeah, I say fuck that. Yeah, I say fuck that. I ain't gonna wake it up. Yeah.
And he did that. He did that.
Yeah, I go make another man. You really that my boy, you ain't my boy, you know that. You your mama's son, he's like, yeah, nah, man, I'll be mad. Boy, that fucking shit like that. Yeah, nah, man, your mama, the spirit of your son will be with you. Nah, that ain't his boy. That might not be his boy. They look alike.
Just alike. Just alike.
Yeah, I had some kids already one time. Yeah, so I took her for 2 years. Yeah, they put mom. Look just like me, had that little signature right for me.
That's like your son taking a picture with Wack 100 or something.
Yeah, he's father or something. Yeah, we did two niggas with some feelings toward each other. I ain't bullshit. Yeah, that's me up, man. Yeah, man, that's like your boy coming home and saying, Dad, I'm gay. Yeah, nah, that's equal to that kind of stuff. Yeah, Dad, I want some. What? What? Say that? You up, nigga? Nah, that me up. My son take a picture one of them niggas.
Have you ever had to pay child support?
Nope. Yeah, I take that back. Listen to my mom. I was maybe stop lying. This isn't a good teacher. Oh, my son was first baby mama, baby daddy break. My mother, once she retired from journalism, she became a foster parent. So she understood the parental parenting laws in Texas. So in the state of Texas, a man do not have right to his child. He has no right to his child or his children if it's not established. What established paternity rights? Marriage, right? outside of that, you have to go petition the courts for your rights. So up until that point, nigga ain't got no rights to his kid. So me and my baby mama first broke up. My mother told me, son, go down there to Townsend. So we have some rights to him, son. So that's how I established my rights. So the process, they put Yankees on Townsend. And I think at that time, nigga, 2003, a nigga paid $63 a week in child support, an extra $50 a month in medical benefits. That's what was coming out my check. So me and baby mama went back and forth probably for about 5 years on and on. 4 years. And then my daughter, by the time my daughter was born, nigga was a little court of law. But what established paternity right?
Have you ever had to pay child support?
Nope. Yeah, I take that back. Listening to my mama. Now let me stop lying, because this is a good teacher. When my son was first born, the first baby mama, baby daddy breakup. My mother, once she retired from General Motors, she had became a foster parent. We were both home in the CPS kid. So she understood the parenting laws in Texas. So in the state of Texas, a man do not have a right to his child. He has no right to his child or his children if it's not established in the court of law. What established paternity rights through the court of law? Marriage, right? The marriage certificate. Outside of that, you have to go petition the courts for your rights. So up until that point, nigga ain't got no rights to his kid. So me and my baby mama first broke up. My mother took.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Well, the point is verse 1, and it reads, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rachakadosh Wakatham. Say double honors to my apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives, as well as the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Aquath, as well as the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. It's the brother Yahweh up out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. So, I was watching Charles and White, because, he's been in the media lately, and he's a character. But you know what I do respect about him? I was watching a video that I threw in the group chat, because, some things, like I've seen him in strip clubs, and then he's got, all these talking points. But at the same time, like people say, he's not in the industry, and, what he basically made a statement was like he had a lot of things to say about Nipsey Hussle. And then I watched the video, and he said, well, I was basically saying these things about that character Nipsey Hussle. He said when you go into Aramis, he was like, a lot of people don't even know how to pronounce his name. Aramis, he was like, basically that man knew all these different things. So he was like, basically what it is he figured out that a lot of people are portraying characters, from your T.I.s to, your Nipsey Hussles, and he said basically he's portraying a character because he's going to use that character to get where he's trying to get and get his people where he's trying to get them to. So saying all that to say this, I was watching this video, and the video truly caught my attention because as you can see, like, I don't know if that's just the state of Ohio. I think that's Esau system, period. Because when you go into, the birth certificate, basically the state actually, like when the mother has a child, the state, when she signs the birth certificate, basically that's her signing, the children over to the state. That's why they can remove your child from you and all of those shit, due to this paperwork. This devil, basically, his grievous laws and unrighteous decrees. So, a few scriptures have jumped into my spirit, because this devil has always utilized the power of the pen, and his witchcraft and sorcery to basically confound and take over from the nations. When you take time to think about like what's that? With all the agreements he made with Gad, he made all these different agreements with Gad, and basically broke them all. You know what I mean? you know, showing you it's a 4-ton devil. You know what I mean? That's when you get that Psalms 55 in verse 20 when it talks about his words were smoother than butter. But the book of Habakkuk chapter 2, and I'm gonna jump at verse 5. Well, I'm gonna start at verse 4, and it reads, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And he's trying to heap onto him all the different nations by the way of his philosophy, his wine. You go into the book of Isaiah, it tells you what wine is. Wine, is the philosophies. When you go into the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, Salakia, 29 and verse 9, and it reads, Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. So they staggering with these philosophies, the philosophies of this devil. You know what I mean? Men can be with a man, a woman can be with a woman. A woman is just as equal as a man. Do as thou wilt. Science. Basically, even with the thought that they basically have. What's that fucking devil name? Noah, Yuval Harari, saying that we don't need a God in the sky. Just all these blasphemous different things the devil does. When at the end of the day, to show you how the deceived and the deceiver both truly is, this man doesn't even understand this technology that he has came or he's been able to possess is not of his own will, is of the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because that's how cold the Lord is. He's going to use the devil to destroy the devil. You know what I mean? What's this? The book of Salakia, the book of Sirach. The book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And, because the way that this devil has gotten this country, we all know, although this devil is quick to try to change, times and signs of the times and, history and whatnot to cover his tracks. I'm old enough to know how this devil got this society. By rape, robbery, and murder. And that's why it talks about in the book of Numbers, chapter 33, that because the blood defiled the land, or the land was gotten by bloodshed, basically, roughly paraphrased, the only way to cleanse the land is by bloodshed. So you got to cleanse the land by the blood of the people that spilt the blood of the original people. You know what I mean? And that's just justice, when you go into the understanding of justice, you know what I mean? Justice is to be basically given something equal to what you did. You know what I mean? This devil hasn't received justice yet. And there's a scripture in Proverbs that talk about just because sentence against an evil work has not been executed speedily. I'm butchering it, but long story short, because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, basically, if they think that they've roughly got away with something. Well, that's probably even more to their detriment, because, you ever know you did something and your parent talking about they're going to get you or talk to you when you get home, and and you anticipate you're going to get your ass whooped. And in their spirit, they troubled by that because they know they got a recompense coming. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 20. And it reads, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? When you go into this child support whole situation, like the elder Malcolm goes into it a lot. And he was talking about when you go into it, I forgot what it's actually really called. He said it's not really even constitutional. It's like no real law. It's just some shit that they're doing. And I can see that because, it's more so that you got to make sure when you take the time, like I know the state of Ohio, basically, like a mother may like they'll go after the father for child support because the mother's getting public assistance, but because she got public assistance, she won't get the actual child support like that because they're saying she got to pay back the public assistance. So it's all these little fucking loopholes. And if this devil don't care about your kids for real, at the end of the day, he really don't. If that's the case, then for instance in Ohio, it's a law where if you've had children, say for instance you had one child and then something happened and you have another child, well, they won't give you cash benefits again. Now anything could have happened. You could have had a child, raised that child, never used the system. Then something. I knew a female that had a good job, worked for the mayor in the payroll department. Like damn near like $80,000 a year salary, and she had to basically stop working. So she went and finally applied for benefits, because she was always talking about how she was going to do it. And she literally, basically, they didn't want to give her these benefits, She had to go through a whole bunch of shit to get the benefits, you know what I mean? Now, let's say, for instance, if she didn't really need the cash benefits, she just wanted the food stamps. So some kind of way she ended up getting them. But my point being is, like, because she had children and, I don't even think if she ever qualified for them or ever got actual cash benefits. She had worked most of her life. She went to college and all that stuff. But the point is, I know for a fact that if you've had children and you got cash benefits and then literally went around and, say for instance, something happened, you got sickly or something like that, had another child and you couldn't work and try to get cash benefits, they would not allow you to do that. So that's a wicked ass decree, and that's showing you how they don't really give a fuck about the kids. What else? We know the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. This the book of Daniel. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. It reads, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. These devils, I know in the state of Ohio as well, because I went through this construction program and this union construction program, and basically they try to get everything in order before you would actually get the union job. So if you had issues with child support, with your license, they would help you straighten that out so you can get on a payment plan or whatever, so you can drive, because construction jobs, you got to get to the site. And they had a representative of child support come out there, and she was bragging about the fact that it basically pretty much all the cases, like they basically had everybody they went after, basically they had on some kind of child support system, and pretty much, how did she explain it? Like basically it wasn't, basically a lot of people was current with what they owed on child support in the state of Ohio. But you got to understand, the state of Ohio is like it's not like a commonwealth, but it's like affiliated with Esau's law system, because a lot of people say, when you take time to look at Ohio, the way it's shaped, they say it's the heart of the country, but it's also shaped like a badge as well. So you know what I mean? And that's probably one of the reasons why you got a Federal Reserve Bank here. It's probably, when you go through the history of Cleveland, Cleveland is actually the first home. Well, East Cleveland was the first home of the Rockefeller family. Well, I ain't say the first home, but one of their first big mansions. When he first became a billionaire. So it says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. They've come across like this is a great idea all for the children, but at the end of the day, these devils basically, propping up they fucked up ass system with this shit. When you go into some of the basically the decrees of this shit, you gotta basically pay child support even if you can't get no job as a felon. They've made statements, you gotta go collect cans, go recycle. You know what I mean? Like just during COVID, you know what I mean? If everybody was unable to work, how the fuck you expect to pay this? It says, and by peace shall destroy many, like how people took that jump shot. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And the prince of princes is who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai Mashiach. but he shall be broken without hand, because it tells you in 1 hour this place will be destroyed. The Lord, the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the Most High Yahweh is going to put the spirit on this devil to try to fight. But, how you going to fight against a power? You know what I mean? Like, make you think of Superman, how the devil would try and fight against Superman. Like, how you going to do that? You know what I mean? Superman was pretty much a god, So, I'm going to end it with that because that was a perfect scripture, At the end of the day, this devil uses these laws to manipulate and control and to take advantage, He's always have, and then he don't want to follow them. He puts these laws in place, but then he feels he's above the laws. Well, by your policy, you have caused craft to prosper, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be broken by hand, So if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, commandments of your power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, or you will be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to called Loyim, like Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem, double honors to my apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akwat, as well as the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom. Muwath lababal, shalom.